Hi, thanks for stopping by. So this is going to be a weekly tarot reading for the week of August 10th. Unbelievably. Happy post-Lionsgate. Yesterday was 8/8, which is a thinning of the veil between this world and the next, which will affect all of us and will affect all of us in different ways. But it's certainly a good time to re-engage with spirit, set your intentions, and set your goals. For those of you who haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would. You can subscribe by hitting the subscribe button below. And if this video resonates, please hit the thumbs up. Please forgive my voice. Bad allergies this time of year, and it's gets difficult. So for those of you who follow me on Instagram, I want to thank you for participating in the poll. I asked what people would like to learn about as far as the tarot, be that a lessons in major arcana or a more in-depth journey into the Fool's Journey. And the major arcana won out, so I will be putting together a video series on beginner level introduction to the major arcana. So please, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I've got that link below in the description box. You may want to check in for updates on when that series is going to begin. And before it begins, I'm going to have each of you do just a smidge of homework. Okay? All right. So thank you for listening to my spiel. And now let's get into the energy for the week of August 10th. Let's see what Spirit has for us post-Lionsgate and where the energy may lie. I know for myself I've had a lot of increased energy, although I feel bone tired. So that's been an interesting dynamic to deal with, wanting to sleep all the time but being unable to, and having lots of thoughts coming through, good thoughts, like ideas about things to pursue, but still I also want to sleep, I'm finding. So I don't know if any of that resonates for you. Okay, let's see what the cards have to tell us about the upcoming week, the week of August 10th. Angels, spirits, guides, medicine for my seekers for the week of August 10th. What messages do you have for us for the week of August 10th? Oh, okay. Yes, okay. Okay, there's our cards. Interesting. It's always interesting to me when that happens. Sometimes the cards just don't mess around. They want to say what they want to say, and that's that. Okay. First card up is the Six of Swords. So as we know, swords are it's the element of air. So it's mental activity as the week opens. There may be a little residual anxiety, but really what the Six of Swords encourages is movement from choppy waters toward calmer waters. This is a card of movement and moving us out of one state of anxiety. So, right, fives are contracted energy, and this is the six. So there's a coming out of perhaps last week or this early part of, which would be this past week. This first week of August perhaps had some anxiety attached to it for you. This is an indication that we are, what's on offer is being able to move out of some mental chatter, some loops of thoughts going around and round, creating some anxiety. This could also speak to that energy I was talking about of being tired but being unable to sleep, ideas coming, right? Followed quickly by the Queen of Pentacles. So the queens are receptive energy. This is the elements of water and earth. Queens are water elements and pentacles is earth. And water and earth together are great alchemizers. So the Queen of Pentacles is the queen of fertility, the basic queen of earth. This is sitting in your foundation, being open to receiving in all of the ways that the coins represent, which is open to receiving income, new streams of income, a settled foundation, being willing to work toward that, or already having come quite far with our foundations, our sense of stability, our fertility, our engagement with the earth, with the world. This is a queen who is quite grounded, sort of a Mother Earthy type, if you will, down to earth, someone you can count on. This is an energy within yourself that you can count on, that speaks to your more earthy pursuits. This is maybe wanting to garden, wanting to clean out your environment and get it situated just the way you like it. Hands in the earth, growing things, growing ideas perhaps, given that we've got the Six of Swords here as well, coming out of anxiety around something, and as you move into calmer waters, being able to really get in touch with this energy, which is growing, planting some solid roots, right? Being tethered to the earth in some significant way. Excuse me. Followed by Justice. So Justice is the card of, it's Major Arcana, card 11, 1-1. But it's also the card of Libra. And so this card speaks to, if you look at that, this card got the Sword of Truth, balanced by the scales. So this can speak to balance, this can speak to justice, and it also speaks to karma. So in line with these other cards on the table, it would seem to me that this is a balancing out of energies, of karmas as we come into this week. Perhaps there was something around an unfairness that you were feeling in this first week of August, or as the June and July sort of finished up and we entered into August, there may be some sense of needing to balance something out. Maybe these choppy waters, maybe the Five of Swords was leading you to some constriction and some inability to balance out your mental space and come to terms with some sort of imbalance there, which caused some choppy waters, caused your mind to feel clouded, and you found it hard to come to some sort of clarity around something. And so Justice's presence could mean that maybe there's a Libra in your life, or that there is some karmic justice coming. The scales are going to balance themselves out this week. You may see signs of that, either personally in your own environment or in the world dynamic. There may be some justice coming. We've been seeing a lot of justice coming due to some folks. So, and this Queen of Pentacles really speaks to being able to receive. So perhaps there is some balance or adjustment or karma that you haven't been able to really receive up until now. And that would mean that the Justice card is speaking to some good karma perhaps coming your way. You know, there can be, we work, we've been engaged with this bizarre energy since the year started, but if you've shown up every day, which I get the sense most of us have, shown up every day and toiled through difficult circumstances, this could be the week where we begin to see some equanimity, where we begin to see some karma come our way that is justly deserved of a good kind, of a balancing out of things that have maybe felt very imbalanced and created a lot of anxiety for us. Followed quickly by the King of Wands. The King of Wands is mastering one's internal fire, right? And so this combination, Queen of Pentacles with King of Wands, is such strength and power around being able to really build, because we've gained an understanding of our internal fire. You know, I always say about the King of Wands, when we are out of balance with our fire energy, with our internal passion and fire, oftentimes that leads to burning down the house, because we haven't quite learned how to manage this energy inside of us, which we really do need to not tame, but learn. You know, and often for me, the King of Wands shows up after many attempts of trying to manage the fire and burning things down, right? Because this is at master level, right? The king takes us through we get to the king after we experience the entire suit. And a lot of Wands energy is about, as we progress through the suit, there's a lot of engagement with being defensive and fighting other people and burning down the house and, getting all hot and bothered by things that really were wiser if we don't engage with. But it isn't until we get into these higher levels of mastery, by the time we're into the king energy, we've gained wisdom. We've burnt down the house enough times to know. And by burning down the house, I mean, destroying relationships, burning bridges, walking out on things too quickly, not giving things a chance, not giving people a chance, not giving ourselves a chance to really kind of balance out and understand our own power in any given situation. And so we do burn a lot of bridges. But by the time we get to the king, we've gained so much wisdom about ourselves. And so as the week unfolds, there is a lot here about mastering something, right? There's king and queen on the table. There's justice on the table. There's 6 of swords on the table. This really speaks to, I think, beginning to understand how we have progressed through some difficult situations, and really acknowledging and giving just due to how far we've come after a period of brokenheartedness, of betrayal that has lived in our minds. 3 is a spiritual number. This speaks to body, mind, spirit. 3s speak to balanced energy, to spiritual numbers. You can look up the spiritual meaning of 3 if you see a lot of repeating 3s in your environment, especially post Lion's Gate. So I think the Lion's Gate has really, as we enter the week, is showing us that we have come very far out of this energy here, right? you know, the first half of 2020 has broken our hearts on a million different levels. This doesn't have to speak to a relationship gone bad. It can, but it doesn't have to. It can really just speak to the environment with which we have been trying to navigate for the first 6 months of the year, and understanding how, you know, really taking the time to look back over the 6 months and see how far we've come, how much we've grown. This forced, forced isolation. Now we're coming out of it, but for the first bunch of months, we were in forced isolation, which really quieted us down. The world stopped. Our environment stopped. We really were, you know, what we were engaging with was a lot less than what normally, right? Our worlds are so busy, our time is so busy, and having that stop, I think, was really beneficial for a lot of this healing to take place and a lot of mastery to come to us, which is so beautiful. Please take the time this week to engage with this Lion's Gate portal, and just how far this 6 months has taken us, has taken you out of this energy, and because of this energy, brought us to this king and queen energy around fire and around stability, structure, what it means to structure our environments in different ways, what it means to feel stable. I think we've all had to re-engage with what it means to be stable and secure. And we've mastered that in many ways. And we end on this beautiful Two of Wands, which speaks to having the world in the palm of our hands. Right? It can also speak to a union of some sort. Perhaps you've met someone during this time. Perhaps you were already engaged with someone, and through this process of mastery and wisdom, you've drawn closer together, and you've re-engaged with each other in a way that says, hey, you know, we've had to really sort of redefine our time, our how we want to move forward, what it looks like to be in union during this time, and how we want to move forward. If that's not true for you and that doesn't resonate, then this can just be about learning that you have balance in your fire. You've come to a balanced place within yourself, and the two really speaks to this balance and understanding, like, okay, so I've mastered my fire, I've mastered my sense and re-engaged with my sense of stability and security and income and resources and skills. Now, how do I want to move forward? This week is really, you know, with the Lion's Gate being a portal, you know, the opening between 3D and 5D, the veil is continues to be very thin. It doesn't just happen on that day. And so engaging, maybe doing some ritual around how far you've come and where you'd like to go now that this portal has opened. What does success mean for you? What does stability and security mean for you? What is it you would like to bring into your world? How do you see yourself moving forward now that you are probably in a very different environment than you were 6 months ago? When the year opened, I think we all had a very different vision of what our life was like and what it was going to be like. And we've all had to readjust and let go and grieve some losses and grieve some aspects of our lives. And so now there's nothing but, you know, when portals open, there's nothing but opportunity here. So what is that going to look like? What things have emerged as meaningful for you? They could be your world, your environment. I know mine looks entirely different than it did 6 months ago. 6 months ago, in ways I could have never imagined. I hope that's true for you too, because on the one hand, it can be, yes, it's terrifying, but within that, there is nothing but growth and opportunity. And the cards here speak to tremendous growth, tremendous growth. We have all grown so much over this 6 months. You have. You may not feel like you have, but I really encourage this week, spend some quiet time wherever you can with this energy of the Lion's Gate. Look it up. Spend some time engaged with it. Do some ritual around it. And acknowledge how far you've come. I know you have. Even if your life looks a bit kind of all over the place, know that that is growth, right? Growth is not about a pretty, beautiful package that has no frayed edges and has nothing, no wrinkles, no bruises. No. Success and wisdom gained and growth is messy. It's always messy. So spend some time in this portal energy and spend some time giving yourself, acknowledging how far you've come and absorbing it. Let it wash over you. It's always a good idea to take some time during growth spurts. After a tremendous growth spurt, spend some time with it. Feel it, right? Like let it wash over you. Step into these new shoes. Feel them out. These new clothes, this new way forward. Feel it out and see how it feels. What a beautiful week. Happy post-Lion's Gate. Happy week of August 10th. Really allow for your growth and your wisdom to wash over you. If you'd like, if this doesn't resonate, it can be because I'm reading for the collective. So if you'd like a more personal reading or session, I will leave all my information in the description box below. And again, I'm going to be putting together a video series on the major arcana for beginners. So if you don't already follow me over on Instagram, that's in the description box below as well. Please do. I'll be giving updates on what to look forward to as far as a class on major arcana. Have a wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by.